Gore the dog butcher in the flesh, back again. Welcome back to another Worthless Mutts I Am. Gore the dog butcher, as I just said, back again to shine the light on this annoying dog culture, on this annoying dog industry, on the annoying dog owners, the pit nutters, anything that has to do with these, domesticated dogs. I'm here to shine a light on. Call this part two of Watch Out for Dogs on Halloween. Um, Obviously, during Halloween, one of the main events, the biggest, main events of that day is for children to go out getting free candy. That's what it is. That's the main event. I did it as a youngster. Enjoyed it, and again, I don't want to say don't do it. Don't do it just because of dogs. Um, Man, children only have like 18 years to do this, and I'm not saying go. You have to do it every single year, but just enjoy that time to just go out, get free candy, to roam around the neighborhood. It's fun. End of the day, it's fun, but in today's day, um, we got to come to realize that this dog culture is getting worse. It is getting worse. It's not like how it used to be, where it was, it was stabilized. A lot of dog nuts did have some common sense, a little bit of consideration in some areas, but today it's horrible. It is vastly horrible in today's day, uh, especially with the bully breeds, with the inconsiderate dog nuts, the reckless dog nutters. Uh, Everyone's pretty much a dog nutter nowadays. So on the night of Halloween, that's where parents, even young, older children, teenagers, you have to watch out for dogs. You've got to be vigilant. You've got to be vigilant. Um, know which houses have a dog or a pit bull and stay away from them the best you can. Um, you got to be smart with it. And the funny thing, with Halloween is, they've always said, watch out for strangers, watch out for cars, check your candy bag when you get home, but they miss out one piece. They're not saying one piece, and that is to watch out for dogs. Watch out for dog nutters who are walking their dog. Watch out for houses that have dogs. Because these dogs, again, they are brain dead. Everything, nearly anything will give them anxiety. You walking around with your makeup or your costume, and that's gonna, trigger. That's gonna trigger the dog. That's gonna give the dog anxiety. That's gonna stress out the dog to attack you. So instead of the dog running away from you, it's going to attack you because it has anxiety. uh, yeah, and I'm gonna be reading a few articles on children that have been attacked on Halloween, just to confirm like what I'm saying. I've only been able to find a few of them, but from what I'm reading, it seems like nearly every year, from what I read, that children, get attacked during Halloween by dogs. And it's the same thing that I said yesterday, is because, again, they have all this makeup and the costumes, and they're running around, and that's the reason why they ring a doorbell, they knock the doorbell, and this dog nutter allows their dog to run out and attack. Same thing I said, and this is the reality of it. That's what happens. That is what happens. And just got to be vigilant. And parents, you got to be vigilant. You got to teach your children, to stay away from dogs. Be careful. Watch for dogs. You got to be able to sense a dog a mile away. Always looking behind you, around you. See if there's a dog, because the moment you get comfortable and you put your guard down, that's when it could happen just like that. But anyways, I'm going to be reading briefly a few articles that I found pertaineth to Halloween and children getting attacked. Back in last year, November the 2nd, 3-year-old boy was attacked by a dog while trick-or-treating. This happened in Winnipeg. They say the Winnipeg couple are asking dog owners who give out candy Halloween to make sure their pets, they mean dogs, are kept away from kids. And this is something dog owners, dog hunters, they can't do this. They can't do this. They can't do it. They're either, they think they're confident enough to control this thing, or they're lazy, or they think this thing isn't going to attack, and it does. Say that could have been prevented their 3-year-old son from being attacked and ending up going to the hospital. So imagine that. You're going out trick-or-treating, having fun. You have your costume on, you're with your friends or whatever, you see people you know, and next thing you know, instead of going home and looking at all the candy you got, you're in the hospital because a dog attacked you. They were trick-or-treating with their 2 sons on the Monday night when their young boys and their cousins went to knock on the door. We heard the kids screaming, and we just thought it was a Halloween trick. I didn't register that it was danger right away, said Maureen. She noticed, her son, who's only 3 years old, being dragged. The boy was being dragged across the driveway by this giant dog. 3 years old, being dragged across the driveway by a dog. The parents ran, and they tried their best to get the dog off the thing. They tackled the dog, and they got him down. But by then it was too late. The child ended up in the hospital. I believe it took over 5 minutes. There's no time on this one, but the child was bleeding from his face. So the child was bleeding over his face, and the owner, as usual, they thought it was nothing. You know how these dog owners are. They thought it was nothing. They don't even try to get the dog off the child, and not until the dog got close enough, she saw that the 3-year-old was bleeding. Another story, this happened, a boy 6 needed surgery after being attacked by a golden retriever at a Halloween party. They said the dog was allowed to wander around off the lead at a children's Halloween party at a hotel in Wales. Then it says, then he sunk his teeth into the child. The 6-year-old boy was left needing plastic surgery after being savagely attacked by a worthless golden retriever at a children's Halloween party. The owner had brought his worthless dog to the hotel bar where the party was being taken place, but he didn't fail to put the thing on a lead. He chose not to put the thing on a leash. Well, failed. He chose not to. And allowed the thing to roam freely among the young guests. A court was told. Prosecutor David Mainstone revealed that around 20 children were present at the event, with 10 adults supervising when the attack took place. Again, I wasn't there, but why didn't the hotel the hotel workers tell this guy, hey, put your worthless one on a leash. Why didn't the parents say so? So the dog he was just passing by to get a drink, and he left his dog unattended while he used the washroom. So this guy wanted to get a drink. The dog's not on a leash. He goes into the washroom, leaving the dog unattended, where this dog would then attack a child, just like that. How about this in Ottawa, in Old Town? Child suffers traumatic injuries in Halloween dog attack. 3 charges laid by City of Ottawa Bylaw Department. They say paramedics said they were called to a home at the East End suburb on October 31st after a young patient suffered traumatic injuries in the attack. The child was rushed to the emergency department at CHEO, Eastern Ontario's Children's Hospital in Ottawa. Paramedics said the dog it was just a 5-year-old girl. The dog was euthanized. Well, they said it will be euthanized. I'm pretty sure it has been, hopefully. So they addressed the laws, these bylaw dog laws, and they state, failing to ensure a dog doesn't bite a person or domestic animal without provocation. So let's read that again. And this is okay. This is the bylaw, the Ottawa's Animal Care and Control bylaw, and they state, failing to ensure the dog doesn't bite a person or a domestic animal without provocation. How do they do that? Like, do they put a muzzle on the thing? How do you ensure a dog doesn't attack? And again, we've seen countless attacks nearly every day. And we can even say most of these attacks come from responsible owners. So again, how do you ensure? Like, how do you do that? In the previous story, we had a guy just leave the dog to roam in a children's party. Anyways, and it says also failing to keep the dog on leash and under control. Kind of the first one, and failing to register the dog. Again, you got to do all these things. They have all these laws in place, but the attacks still happen. Maybe, it's the dog. Maybe we can't, maybe we can't ensure that this thing won't attack. Maybe we can't make sure that this thing is friendly, because these attacks continue to happen nearly every single day. How about this? A good article. Doctor warns. This happened in, this is an article written in October 30th, 2019. Doctors warn about dog attacks during Halloween. He says, Halloween night can be dangerous for many reasons, but Dr. Jack Yu wants to make sure parents are aware of one he has seen often. Wu, the director of Longword Center at Children's Hospital in Georgia, said it's common to see children with injuries from dog attacks on Halloween night. Injuries often include lacerations, ripped of skin on the scalp, ear, lip, and eyelid. So on Halloween night, when a child is out trick-or-treating, and if there's a dog around, and if they, or when they do get attacked, this dog is going for the head, the ears, the lips, and the eyelid. And do you think this dog cares? When this dog is taking a bite out of a child, do you think this dog cares that it's being called a sweet dog, a friendly dog? You think this dog cares that it's attacking a child? Answer is obviously no. But why do we continue to put up with these worthless mutts? And to continue to put people, children, in danger nearly every day. Who director of the, I'll call it the Cranial Facial Center at Children's Hospital in Georgia, said it's common, dogs would grab the facial tissue and tear. We need to let parents know. We need to let owners of the dogs know, he said. You have to give them away, preferably give them their own toys, lock them up in the same room with another person so they don't have to get all excited. So here's another rule for these dogs again. So first we had in the previous article, they say ensure to make sure your dog doesn't attack. Keep your dog on a leash and under control. Register your dog. And here on this article, they want you to put the dog in another room, give it toys, make sure another person's in there. All this stuff. All this. For what? To make sure someone doesn't get attacked by it. So then, why do we continue to have these things? Why do these dog nuts continue to hoard these things? Why do we continue to worship them if we have to do all this stuff for them not to attack? This whole dog culture, it's very backwards. Very backwards. Very, very backwards, and it really doesn't make sense here. They know that this thing can attack and hurt and kill children, babies, toddlers, preschoolers, for no reason. We've seen many articles of this happening, and there are so many rules for these things set in place, and attacks continue to happen. But again, like always, these dog nuts and this dog nut society, dog nut culture, they just tend to keep allowing these dogs to exist in our communities. And it doesn't really add up. It's not making sense here. If we know that these things are dangerous and can hurt someone, why are we doing more to stop these things to stop them? Why are we doing more to keep them away from our community and from our children? Like we know that they're dangerous. We know what they're capable of doing. Happens time and time again, nearly every day, but it's like we just put up with it. It's like we want to see our children get hurt. We want to see children die. This is gambling, basically. It just really doesn't make any sense. Wu said the dog's nervous system is similar to ours. That's what he says. So when they see a stranger or their dog owner dressed up who is not recognizable in their home or space, they're going to defend their home. Again, dogs don't have home. I believe dogs don't have territory either, because it doesn't matter where you are, dogs will attack you. Just like in the previous article, dogs in a hotel, obviously it's not his territory, but still attacks. So again, whether this, I think in terms of dogs and home and territory, it's totally irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. Totally irrelevant, because we've seen countless times, or read about it countless times, of dogs attacking children in schools and parks and on someone else's property. So this territory thing is rubbish. This home thing is rubbish. I don't think dogs even have homes, because if you look at these stray dogs, they don't even have homes. They if you want to call the street a home, You want to call the slums a home? Living in trash a home? Living in filth a home? Is that what dogs' home is? Filth? Again, it doesn't matter where dogs are or where you are, and if a dog sees you, it's going to attack you. Again, they just say dogs want to protect their home, and I don't believe that's true. Also, there are videos of whether it's real or fake or not. I'm pretty sure some are 100% real, where burglars break into a home, and the dog, sometimes even pit bulls, they do nothing. They do nothing, and they allow the burglar to walk in, take stuff, and leave. I've seen a video, it might have been in South Africa, group of pit bulls in a compound. Burglars jump the fence, they play with the dogs, they get their stuff, and they leave. So this protecting territory, protecting home, it's completely rubbish. I think it's really rubbish. And again, if dogs can attack you anywhere, why even use the excuse of your territory at home if dogs are attacking people everywhere and anywhere, especially on your own property? You're on your own property, that dog will still attack you. So this home and territory, in terms of dogs, I think it's completely rubbish. I view it as a weak point. I view it as a weak argument for any kind of attack. Because these dogs, again, they attack anywhere and everywhere. Also add, some of these cases he has dealt with include attacks on children because they were wearing wigs, they had face paint, they're wearing capes, which made recognizing them difficult. But we got to put up with these brain dead, mutants who who are placed as man's best friend, as smart, as friendly, as sweet, would never show an aggression, but they see someone wearing face paint and they just want to go and attack them. They see children in their own yard, they want to go and attack them. They see children running, they want to go and attack them. So it's just, these dog letters, they have these weak arguments, they have these weak explanations, weak comments, but they just cannot. They can't see the real picture, they can't see the facts, because again, these dog nuts are brainwashed. Two more things. He's my hero, without a doubt. Mother shares story, son surviving vicious dog attack. So son gets attacked on, Halloween, and mom calls him a hero for that. I didn't make that up. So your son gets attacked, and you call him a hero. Anyways, again, they were in their backyard with their foster dog, which attacked him out of nowhere. It was the most terrifying thing I've seen in my life because it was like a shark after blood. Man, I don't know how many dog nutters, especially pit nutters, in 2023. This happened in 2019. Nevertheless, we still had internet back then. We still had a lot of references and resources. How do you become a dog lover, dog owner, dog nut, dog expert, dog trainer, and how do you choose to be so ignorant to what dogs can do? Like, how do you not research things? How do you not look up dog attacks? And even if you do, why do you deny it? Why are you still a dog hunter? Why do you still own dogs? Why do you still want to, let your child interact with the dog, knowing that these dogs can attack your child, just like they say, just like this person said, like a shark out for blood. When a dog attacks, they're not just gonna just give their child a bite. They're looking to kill your child. But these dog nuts, they I don't know, like it's very confusing. It said a dog just attacked my son and tore his face up, his ear off, and eye out. This is a dog, man's best friend, mind you. The dog attacked her son and tore his face up, tore his ear off, and eye out. Man's best friend. She thought she was going to die. There was so much blood. Man's best friend. Man's best friend. Last thing is how to keep children safe from dog bites on Halloween. And let's see the tips. They say, this is what they say. Don't approach a dog you don't know, even if the dog appears friendly. Again, what does that mean though? And what that really means what friendly and sweet really means is if the dog isn't attacking. That's what it means. If the dog isn't attacking you or attacking someone or has attacked someone, then the dog is friendly and sweet. That's what it is. So you can take a picture of a dog. Dog does nothing. And people will think the dog is sweet and friendly. But not knowing that this dog may have attacked before the picture or after the picture. So this friendly and calling dogs sweet nonsense, it's kind of dumb. In terms of, when we're talking about dogs, it is dumb. Because we know that dogs, what they do is attack. Like what they always do is attack. That's what they do. Like they don't do anything else because again they can't survive on their own. They can't fend for themselves. So only thing left for them to do is to attack. That's pretty much it. They don't make their own home. They don't hunt for their own food. That's all they do is attack. But anyways, they say supervise children closely, especially when an animal is nearby. Many dog bite incidents occur when children are not watched closely and wander too close to an unknown animal. Again, a lot of times it's the dog that is approaching the child. It's not the child approaching the dog. It is always, the things that we read is the dog approaching the child. It doesn't matter if you see a dog, you don't want to approach it, you stay back. If you stay back and do all that, that thing can still attack you. Plain and simple. The other thing I wanted to add to the beginning is parents and even children, teenagers especially, they have, control, I would say more control of, stranger danger. In terms of Halloween, they have more control of stranger danger. To do's and the do's and don't do's of strangers. They have control of watching for cars driving on the road. You're on a sidewalk, you look both ways, look for headlights, wait for cars to stop, you cross, you're fine. They have control of, mainly the teenagers or the older children, they have control of looking in their candy to see if things are safe. But what they don't have control of is whether or not, or whatever the case may be, is dogs. So you can stay away from dogs as much as you can. You could avoid eye contact as much as you can. You can walk. You can be as vigilant. You don't even have to dress up for Halloween. And that dog can still attack you. Whether you look both ways before you cross the street, checking your candy, know your stranger danger, this dog can still attack you. So, whether they say don't approach a dog or not, or whatever the case may be, that dog can still approach you. And if it does, there's nothing you can really do. Unless, again, you have a weapon on you. A lot of these dog nuts, they want you to stand like a tree as this dog is coming to attack you, coming at you. You can't run, you can't walk away, can't look away. Anything you do at that point, if that dog wants to attack you, it is going to attack you. If that dog has an eye on you, that dog is going to get you. There's nothing you can do. Even whether these things are on a leash, in a fenced yard, locked up in their home, it doesn't matter. I've seen the videos of dogs escaping from the second floor of a house. They escape from the second floor from the house outside. They've escaped through fences. They escaped through leashes. So, whether or not you are vigilant and you're aware of where these dogs are, again, as long as there's dogs in the community, in the area, everyone's life is in danger. We can be as safe as we want. I know I'm probably contradicting myself. We can be as vigilant as we want with these dogs. We can know who has a dog or not. But if that dog wants to attack us, it's going to attack us. With strangers, we can say no, we can yell, do all these things, call for help. Chances are, you're good. You can check your candy bag, you're good. But with dogs, you can do everything right. But if that dog wants to attack you, it's going to attack you. And the only way to really keep safe, to not get attacked by dogs, is to have these dogs eliminated and away from our communities. Because as long as there's a dog in our community, I don't care any dog, which dog, everyone's in danger. So even if they have these tips and advice to keep children safe, if this dog sees you, even right now, even saying this right now, who knows what? This is if a dog wants to, or I don't know, long story short, break in here, whatever, and wants to attack, it's going to attack. But the best way to keep safe, again, is to have these things eliminated. Hope that makes sense. I really do hope that makes sense. They say don't make eye contact with these worthless mutts. And again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If this dog wants to attack you, it's going to attack you. So many children are minding their own business, not even making eye contact with the dog, and the dog still attacks. They say avoid groups of dogs or loose dogs in the streets. So again, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. You can avoid them all you want, especially these loose dogs, as much as you want. But if they have access to you and can reach you to attack you, they're going to attack you. So avoiding them, sure. See a group of loose dogs, okay, fine. But sometimes they're everywhere. Sometimes they come out of nowhere. You can't avoid them all the time, in some cases. So these tips, it's like a dead end. It's really dead end. Like, the tips that they really should be saying and the advice that they should be saying is to have these dogs eliminated. Keep these dogs out of our communities. Keep these dogs out of our streets. To say not to do this and do that or do this with dogs only allows them to keep dogs in our community. Which only allows our children on Halloween to stay and to be endangered. Read a couple stories. Children trick-or-treating and they're attacked by a dog. And what I'm reading, just on the Wu, Dr. Wu, even though I didn't see as many on Google, it looks like many of these attacks on Halloween have been, pretty common. So the problem isn't our children. The problem isn't the costumes. The problem isn't running, not showing eye contact, looking for loose dogs, avoiding them. The problem is these dogs. The problem is these dogs. When they want to attack, they're going to attack you. You can, keep away from them as long as you want. I can say for myself, I've been, blessed and grateful that I have not been attacked or had any close encounter with dogs for a while. But that doesn't mean tomorrow my fate is going to run out. That doesn't mean next week my fate is going to run out. I stay away from dogs all the time. All the time. I've not been near a dog, not even on a leash dog, in maybe like 5 years now, 6 years now. Most times I see is when I'm driving, that's it. But who knows, next week I could be walking to my car, walking to work, walking out of work to the store. Boom, it happens right there. The problem isn't me. The problem isn't us getting from place to place. The problem is these dogs and the dog nutter, but it's really the dog. Always attacking people, always getting this anxiety and stress for these meaningless things. No other animal, no other real animal out there is doing this. No other animal has to deal with this. Raccoons, skunks, all these nocturnal animals, they don't have to deal with this. I've never heard anyone getting attacked by a raccoon on Halloween, a skunk on Halloween, an owl on Halloween. It's always these dogs. Every time it's the dog. And all these sites, all they can do is, put these dead end advice. But that's not going to, fully prevent these attacks from happening. What can prevent these attacks from happening is by eliminating these dogs from the face of the earth, from our community. Because when there's no more dogs around, who's going to complain? No one's going to complain about dog attacks if there are no dogs. But once there are dogs in the area, that's a problem. Because a lot of these dog nutters, dog owners, they're reckless, they're inconsiderate, they lack brains, they're immature, they're reckless. So we can't put trust in this dog nut. Just because this dog nut is holding a dog on a leash, we can't, gamble and say, oh, I hope this dog owner is very responsible. We can't do that. We can't put our own lives in these dog nutters' lives, our own lives in the hands of these dog nuts. Because so many times they have allowed many people to end up in the hospital or dead or scared or fearful of these things. So these dog nuts are irresponsible dog nuts, dog owners. They're no good. They are no good. They're not helping. They're not even helping their own dog nut culture. They're making it worse for themselves and for everyone else. But for years, dog nuts, dog owners have been getting away with things because no one has said anything. For years, no one said a peep. No one has said a peep about these dogs and these dog owners. So they kind of just, something happens, is they kind of shrug it off because it's a dog and they kind of move on. But now, again, things are changing. Hope that makes sense. Hope, things again just make sense. Hope you agree, disagree, like it, dislike it, do what you please. So yeah, for children, adults, teenagers, watch out for dogs on Halloween. Please be careful. You can do the best you can, and the best you can isn't gonna, prevent dog attacks. But sometimes it's all you can do. And again, I don't want to say don't go out. I don't want to say live like a prisoner. But if you're gonna go out, have fun, have a weapon on you some way. Be vigilant, be smart. Always looking for dogs. I know you'll be excited and kind of distracted, but gotta keep an eye out for dogs. Listen if you can, smell them. One thing that always helped me, back in the day, there was always this loose dog in the neighborhood. Every time you knew it was around, its collar would jingle. Like it would jingle, you hear the jingle of its collar. So every time I hear jingles now, I think it's a dog coming. My first instinct is, hey, a dog is in the area, just because of that. So I'd say listen for collar sounds, listen for breathing, for barking, and stay safe. This is another Worthless Mutts. I'm Go the Dog Butcher, and remember, it's okay to hate dogs.